Myself Anand. In today's class we are going to study regarding voltage shunt feedback amplifier. Okay, that is also known as inverting amplifier, and some of the parameter we are going to calculate this for this voltage shunt feedback amplifier, which is also known as inverting amplifier. These are the block diagrams of the voltage shunt feedback amplifier. These are the diagrams of the voltage shunt feedback amplifier, or you can say inverting amplifier. So the equivalent circuit can be written as shown in figure B, same as above in the figure 1. And now we are interested, or you can say we would like to find the closed loop voltage gain of this figure. So how to find this closed loop of this voltage gain, closed loop voltage gain of this shunt feedback amplifier? So the gain AF of the voltage shunt feedback amplifier can be obtained by writing the Kirchhoff's current equation at the node V2. Okay, since the input current, that is input current is equal to the feedback current plus the bias current, right? So now with respect to the figure, we are going to write the input current is equal to the feedback current plus bias current as shown in the our figure, right? And this has been shown in the our figure, right? This is this input current is equal to the feedback current plus the bias current, right? And now what we will make, we will find, since our input resistance, that is Ri, is very large. Okay, this input resistance is very large, the input bias current Ib is negligibly small. Therefore, since our input resistance is very large, and hence our bias current is very small or negligibly small, you can say, right? And now what we will make, so that's why we'll we'll neglect the bias current. Therefore the equation will becomes the input current is equal to the feedback current. Now once again, looking back into the figure, what is the input current? The input current is nothing but our what is our input current? Our input current is equal to how much? That is V in minus V2, this terminal V in minus V2 divided by R1, right? V in minus V2 divided by R1, right? And similarly we'll find the feedback current. So what is our feedback current? Feedback current is equal to V2 minus the V2 minus V0, right? V2 minus V0 divided by our feedback resistor RF. Okay, divided by V2 minus V0 divided by our feedback resistor, that is feedback current. Therefore by the equation we know that our equation, what is what do you know? V1 is equal to V1 minus V2, or the input current is equal to the feedback current. Hence what we are going to make here, so the input current, as I said, it is input voltage minus the node voltage V2 divided by R1, and that is equal to the feedback current V2 minus V0 divided by RF. But we know that, what we know, according to the output voltage or differential amplifier gain, we know that the difference V1 minus V2 is equal to V0 by V0 by the gain. Okay, this is our standard equation what we are going to study, right? Since from our circuit V1 is virtually grounded, and hence V1 is equal to 0 and V2 is equal to when we will substitute v1 is equal to 0, then v2 will becomes v0 by minus v0 by va, right? So this is minus v0 by a. So since v1 is equal to 0, v2 is equal to minus v0 by a. Now what we will make, we will substitute this values, that is v1 is equal to 0 and v2 is equal to minus v0 by a in equation number 2. Okay, so when we will substitute this in equation, these two value in equation number 2, the equation will becomes v in plus v0, that is v in plus what is v2 minus v0 by a divided by r1, right? And similarly v2 is equal to how much, v0 by a v0 by a minus v0 divided by rf. So this is the equation what we are going to get for our study, right? And now simplifying this equation and separating out the v0 part, and we are going to get the feedback voltage gain, that is v0 by v in as a into rf divided by r1 plus rf plus ar1. This is what this means, minus a into rf divided by r1 plus rf plus ar1. By simplifying the above equation, we are going to get the voltage feedback equation, feedback gain, suppose this much. And here the negative sign, what exactly it indicates, the negative sign in equation 3 what we have written here, that indicates that the input and output signals are out of phase, right? The negative sign in the equation indicates that the input signal and as well as the output signal are out of phase by 180 degree. Therefore it is called as inverting amplifier with feedback. Okay, so this is regarding what we have studying for closed loop voltage gain. Since the internal gain A of the op amp is very large, as you know, for the ideal characteristics of the op amp, the internal gain A of the op amp is very large, ideally infinity, as you know. Therefore whatever we have got the equation, that you can be approximate like this, that is ar1 is very much greater than, the gain is very much greater than a into r1 is very much greater than r1 plus rf. This means that equation 3 can be written as r1 plus rf plus ar1 is equal to, approximately is equal to a into r1. Therefore our equation 3 becomes v0 by v in that is v0 by v in will becomes how much, minus rf by r1. When we will substitute as r1 plus rf plus ar1 in the denominator as ar1, then our feedback voltage gain will becomes minus rf by r1. This is the ideal case. The equation number 4 what we have taken, that is called as ideal case. Okay, and the gain of the amplifier, or you can say of the inverting amplifier, is set by taking ratio of feedback resistance rf to the input resistance r1, you can say. Okay, so in this way we can calculate the ideal gain of the amplifier. So rewriting our equation number 3, what we have written, that exact equation for feedback, that is divide it by both numerator and denominator by r1 plus rf. Okay, divide that equation by r1 plus rf. This equation, the exact equation, that is v0 by v in arf divided by r1 plus rf plus ar1, divide the both the numerator and denominator by r1 plus rf. Then what is going to happen, then our equation will becomes arf divided by arf divided by r1 plus rf divided by 1 plus ar1 divided by r1 plus rf. This is with minus sign. And now you will define two factors where we can simplify this equation once again, minus a into k divided by 1 plus a into b. I mean a into ak divided by 1 plus a into b. Okay, 1 plus AK divided by 1 plus A into B, where K is equal to RF divided by R1 plus RF. That is called as voltage attenuation factor. Okay, that is called as voltage attenuation factor. Similarly, the other term we can define B is equal to R1 divided by R1 plus RF, that is gain of the feedback circuit, right? And now gain of the feedback circuit. Now what we will make, since what we have got now, that can be written in the terms of block diagram of an inverting amplifier with the feedback using a voltage summing junction as a model for current summing, that has been shown here with the block diagram. What we have just now derived the equation, and to derive the ideal closed loop gain, we can use equation 5 as follows. When our the value of AB is very much greater than 1, then we can write 1 plus AB is nearly equal to 1 plus AB is nearly equal to AB, and hence our feedback gain is equal to minus K by B, that is equal to nothing but RF by R1. That is equation number 6, what we have written for the ideal case, right? This is regarding the closed loop voltage gain. Now what we will do, we'll study regarding inverting input terminal at virtual ground. So the inverting terminal voltage V2 is approximately virtual ground potential, is approximately at virtual ground potential. So what we will make, the inverting terminal is said to be virtual ground at this case. Okay, and ideal closed loop gain can be obtained using the virtual ground concept. So in the circuit, you know that input current is equal to feedback current. Input current is equal to feedback current, that is what we have already know it, and substituting the input current as V in minus V2 divided by R1, and the feedback current is equal to V2 minus V0 divided by feedback resistance. But you know that V1 is equal to V2, that's equal to 0 volt, since it has been virtually grounded, and hence what is going to happen, what remains, since V2 is equal to 0, therefore what remains, that is V in by R1 is equal to minus V0 by RF, or you can say in terms of feedback gain, that is for virtual ground, V0 by Vin is equal to minus RF by Rin. This is how you are going to calculate for inverting input terminal at virtual ground. Okay, and this is regarding how you should have to study the virtual ground concept of our voltage shunt feedback amplifier. Now we will find the input resistance with feedback for voltage shunt feedback. Okay, now we are going to find the input feedback input resistance with feedback. Okay, now we are going to split our circuit as two Miller's component as shown in the figure, like you can say this is one resistance as Rf divided by 1 plus A, and this is another resistance Rf divided by 1 plus A into its gain A, right? In this way we can split, or we can Millerize the our op-amp circuit as shown in the figure. Okay, and in this circuit the input resistance feedback, or this is our input resistance what we are to find it, and feedback input resistance, that is equal to how much, then using the equation, that is R1 plus R1 plus RF divided by R1 plus RF divided by 1 plus A, in which has been in parallel with the our input resistance Ri. So this is the input feedback resistance, that is R1 plus feedback resistance Rf divided by 1 plus A, which has been in parallel with Ri. This is called as exact equation. Since our input resistance and A are very large, therefore we can say that when these are very large, then we can say Rf divided by 1 plus A, which has been in parallel with our R1, is nearly equal to 0 ohm. Okay, that is Rf divided by 1 plus A, which has been in parallel with R1, is nearly equal to 0 ohm. Hence, for ideal case, it is equal to our feedback resistance, or I means input resistance, RIF plus R1. Okay, this is for the ideal case. Now we are going to study regarding the next case, output resistance with feedback. Output resistance with feedback, we will study the things. So this is the circuit for output resistance with feedback. In order to study this is the circuit for with output resistance with feedback for voltage shunt feedback. We are going to make it short so that the output resistance with the feedback, that is R0F, is measured at the output terminal of the feedback amplifier. It is obtained using our Thevenin's theorem, or Thevenin's equivalent for the R0 uh, output resistance of the feedback output resistance, and Thevenin's circuit. Using the Thevenin circuit, it is exactly seen that for the non-inverting amplifier it is same as the non-inverting amplifier. So the what we have studied for the non-inverting amplifier, that is the same thing as what we have derived, what is the output resistance for the inverting terminal also, and therefore R0F of the inverting amplifier must be identical to that of the non-inverting terminal. Therefore the feedback output resistance is equal to R0 divided by 1 plus AB. Okay, the feedback output resistance is equal to R0 divided by 1 plus AB, and hence here R0 is equal to output resistance of the op amp, A is the open loop voltage gain of the op amp, and B is the gain of the feedback circuit. Okay, now the next topic is bandwidth with feedback. Bandwidth with feedback we are going to study. Bandwidth with feedback. So as you know, the gain bandwidth product of a single breakover frequency of op amp is always constant. Okay, when you will consider a single breakover frequency of op amp, that is always constant. And also you know that the gain of the amplifier with the feedback, the gain of the amplifier with the feedback is always less than the gain without feedback. Therefore the bandwidth of the amplifier with the feedback must be larger than the without feedback. Okay, and hence you can write the equation as feedback equation as f of f is equal to f0 plus f0 into 1 plus AB, where our f0 is equal to breakover frequency of the op amp, and that is equal to unity gain bandwidth divided by open loop voltage gain, that can be written as UGB, unity gain bandwidth divided by A. And substituting the value of f0 in equation 1, okay, substituting this value in equation 1, we are going to get the single breakover frequency as UGB divided by A into 1 plus AB. So you know the relation, the feedback voltage gain is equal to AK divided by 1 plus AB, and hence you can substitute this relation UGB, that is 1 plus AB divided by A, you can represent it as K divided by AF. Okay, and K divided by AF. And similarly, where you already know it, what do you mean by K? K is equal to RF divided by R1 plus RF. and R1 plus Rf, and AF is equal to AK divided by 1 plus AF, 1 plus AB. And this is to find the closed loop bandwidth. You can use the equation number 1, if F0 is known, and equation 2 if unity bandwidth is given. Suppose when K is very much less than 1, the closed loop gain is equal to K is less than 1 and the closed loop gain is equal to 1, then the feedback frequency is equal to unity gain bandwidth for the non-inverting amplifier, and it is f of f is equal to UGB by 2 for the inverting amplifier, since our R1 is equal to RF. And this is how we are going to calculate the bandwidth with feedback. So when K is nearly equal to 1, the value of f of f, feedback frequency, for both non-inverting and inverting amplifier is approximately same. And that's all for today's class, and we will see some of the other topics in the next class. Thank you.